Hi everyone, my name is Kachi Benson. I'm a documentary filmmaker and the producer director of Daughters of Chibok. I mean, there was no specific turning point per se. However, because my parents, separated when I was much younger, and then my dad left, and then my mom passed on. So I used to have a lot of anger against my dad. I couldn't go to university. I didn't have the kind of life that I saw, other kids of my age having. The support from their parents. And so, I was very angry a lot of the time at him. But I think I remember one day I just said to myself, hey, look, you just have to, if you fail in life, yes, people might say, okay, because his father was not around, blah, blah, but at the end of the day, it's you that you will be the one to hurt. And that really is not the best excuse for failure. So you better just forget about this and make something out of your life. So I think that decision that I made to put all of that behind me and just forge ahead and make something out of my own life. Yeah, that was, after my mom passed on. When my mom, growing up as a kid, we were all staying in one room, in Ijesha. And that was where when she passed on. It was a bit uncomfortable for me because, this is 6 of us in one room with my half-sister, who's older than me, and then 1 or 2 cousins. It was just it wasn't comfortable. I was sleeping in church. And then obviously I had no skills at the time. Not that much of an education as well. But then you have to survive. Crime or stealing wasn't an option. So obviously we'll do odd jobs, I remember I worked as an assistant in a barbing salon, which didn't go very well because I kept spoiling people's hair. And, that, so that wasn't, I knew that wasn't my calling. I did a bit of Okada work, kind of. I used to follow my cousin, he would borrow me his bike. I'll ride it for like an hour, I remember one day, I think one day like that was probably the first or second time after he had taught me how to ride the bike, I ran into a stationary police van, collected some slaps that day. Well, I believe that I won't be here without God. That's for sure. That's for sure. I won't be here without God. And so it's a relationship that is born out of gratitude for everything that He's done for me. I tell everybody that cares to listen that, look, me, I'm not a saint. You understand what I mean? I don't profess to be one. I'm a guy with my weaknesses and my failings, but I'm also someone who is who acknowledges the fact that God has been there for me, and I'm grateful for that. Well, I just came in on Monday. It's been a bit of a surreal experience. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it at all. This is something that no Nigerian has ever won this before. In that category, I don't think any African has won it. In that category, yeah. Coming back has been a bit of an interesting experience, getting text messages and emails and phone calls. It's been great. It's been great. But I'm someone who I like to focus on what's next. So I'm not dwelling so much on this. I hope that I can use this to achieve my original intention for making the film, which is to use it as a vehicle to make a difference in the lives of the women in Chibok. Specifically, the women who are still waiting for their daughters to return. And they are my focus. So, and if we're able to pull that off, that for me would be the biggest award. If we're able to pull that off. I mean, this is great, but for me, this means amplification of their voices. You get what I mean? And I hope that as their voices have been amplified, people will hear and do something. Oh, I mean, going to Chibok was crazy. It's northeast. It's a bit of a high risk, you know. But it was something that I wanted to do. And I'm grateful for my staff because they're very, how do I put it now, supportive of all my ideas and propositions. If I say, hey, let's go, you know, they say, no, voila, let's go. So we went the first time, did the filming. For me, it was a bit of a surreal experience because I was like, this is the Chibok I've been hearing about. You know, we met the people, spoke to the women, spoke to the men, you know, did some filming. I came back to Lagos. I checked out the footage. You know, I wasn't really satisfied and I wanted to go back. But they kept saying, guy, you have gone the first one and God brought you back. Can't you just use the footage that you have? But when it comes to my work, I have a bit of OCD. If it's not the way I'm picturing it in my head, you know, I won't be satisfied. So I remember it was the week prior to the elections. Yeah. And I kept saying, let's go. But they were like, look, this is going to be a tense period, Northeast. But we decided to go and we went. In fact, we left. Elections were on Saturday. We left Chibok on Friday. Yeah, you know. But I'm thankful that I did it. I'm happy that I did it. And I'm happy that we've made this story. You're watching Ifeoma Speaks TV. So stay there. Don't change the dial. You will be inspired.